Hello to all my faithful listeners and brothers and sisters, who are looking out for me. I'm very thankful to, have this circle of friends on here. Makes me feel, wanted, and makes me feel, like I'm not in this, on my own, whatever. Anyway, it's been a long time since I made any videos. It's because just haven't had anything, I guess enough. There wasn't anything groundbreaking or, you know, interesting going on. Uh, but I figured, today would be the perfect day to make one because quite a lot has happened within a short period of time, within a few days. Uh, First thing I wanted to bring up was the attitude of my older brother to my situation. Uh, One day, it was a few weeks ago, he came over, and he was asking me what's going on. He wants to know. And I told him, I'm still going to therapy every week. I'm still taking medication. I'm still doing, the day-to-day grind, as they say. And then, I don't know, it was very rude of him to then ask me if I was sitting at home getting high off of the medication I'm on. And that really drove a nail into our relationship, which was already, strained as is. So when Thanksgiving came, he laid off me. Didn't he didn't bother me about it. But I know that I guess he's a non-believer and everything in what I say. And so I've pretty much, given up any hope that he'll realize what's going on. Other thing I wanted to talk about was condition of my mom and her relationship with my grandma. I think I mentioned it a long time ago. I can't say how many videos passed, but they've really been at each other. My grandma, she's in her 80s, and she too has, some kind of depression or whatever. It hasn't officially been, diagnosed or anything like that. But my mom, since she's there with my grandma most of the day, I'd say 24 hours a day, 24/7. My grandma is very stubborn. She doesn't want to get help. And so it really angers my mom, because she herself has bipolar disorder. She has depression. And when she sees my grandma just sitting and, not saying a word to her, refusing to, speak up about how she is, it really upsets her, upsets my mom. So, recently I've discontinued going over there for dinner because my mom told her, I have enough problems, and I shouldn't have to put up with somebody, who's bitter and, unwilling to get help. So that's that. I'm not going there anymore. Um, Next thing I wanted to bring up was the other night I went to a hockey game with my dad, and we usually go and we sit together. Usually you're able to get, two seats which are next to each other. Well, what happened this time is the only tickets available were they were separate. You know, uh, it was sold out. It's the San Jose Sharks. And, they sell out at like every home game. And so, we go, and of course, I end up, by myself. I'm like in the middle of the row of seats, middle of the section, and to my left there's a couple, a young couple, I'd say about my age, and to my right is a couple, another couple. So I'm, sitting there, I'm feeling, kind of strange, and a few times that people look over, they look to me, they turn their head to the side looking at me. I don't know what it is they're looking at. I know I have some markings, like bruises, like right here. There's a discoloration, it's a bruise. Another one right here. I don't know, maybe that got their attention. Or maybe it was that I was, sitting all by myself. And it's kind of odd to them. I can't say for sure. They didn't, say anything to me. So it was very, I guess, it was a tense situation. One that I prefer not to put myself in. But thankfully, my whole life is not, going to be based on sitting in an arena of 15,000 people. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe not all of you are familiar with, how long the hockey game is. Well, it's 3 periods. Each period is 20 minutes. And after each period, except after the third, there's a 17-minute intermission. So that's the time, when everybody's going to get their souvenirs or their food or whatever. And so after the first intermission, it seems like the whole row where I'm at gets up and, goes to get their food, and I'm left there, and to my right is someone sitting there. It's a female. She's, about my age. I know that she was there with her boyfriend because I, saw her kissing him and, talking to him. So I didn't really think about, starting any conversation because, to me that's not, I don't consider that to be polite. So I avoided,